The Stompers back at Arnold Field after an ugly loss to the San Francisco Seagulls. That was last night in a game that the Stompers probably wish they had a clinching opportunity, and now they'll have to wait a whole nother day. This one against the California Tigers, not a CCL contest, but it's a game nonetheless and a chance for the Stompers to get right, work on some things, get some guys some reps before the true home stretch of the season. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the final 3 CCL contests of the regular season. Welcome inside Arnold Field. Roman Raffelli joined by Kieran Costa here on a lovely Thursday evening in Sonoma. Kieran, the California Tigers in town to face the Sonoma Stompers, an old friend on the team. In fact, he's going to take the bump today. That's Charlie Malton. But the big thing here, the Stompers need to get back in the win column before resuming CCL play this weekend.
Yeah, the Stompers are 2-1 in the league contest following an out-of-league game, so they need to be good here today. That's a big one, and you really just have to do the little things right, get on base, stick to your game plan, and follow the Zach Pace way, get him on, get him over, get him in. That was the issue last night in San Francisco. 16 runners left on base. That really can't happen again.
Yeah, you said there's 16 left on base. That's, almost the reverse magic number there. You never want that many on, especially with how that game went. The Stompers didn't score after the third inning. They got the bases loaded in the fourth. Looked like they were going to have really successful middle innings, but it all came to a fault after that third. And it was the return game for Devin Laginto. Hadn't pitched in quite a while. That because of the All-Star break as well as a bit of an illness, but ultimately not his sharpest day. And then the bullpen struggled as well. The offense needs to put together more consecutive quality at-bats, something we didn't see last night. How does the lineup be more successful up and down tonight?
Well, again, this is a lot of guys that theoretically could be playing their final games. Augie Martinez gets the start. He's been a bullpen catcher all year, a guy the Stompers want to play more in the future. I mean, guys like Ben Sebastiani and Anthony Shepler, I don't know. I don't see them getting that many at-bats down the stretch with all these new additions. I think for these guys in what could be their swan song of this summer, just go out there, take some hacks, and do anything you can to get the team back in the win column.
And now turning the page to today, those guys you mentioned there, the guys who might not see the CCL game again, this could be a big one for them. How do they go into this game in the field and at the plate knowing, there's not added pressure, just go out there and have fun, keep it fresh against what could be a very tough opponent?
Yeah, I talked to Casey Gilroy before the game, and he said, we've been playing so many games with so many implications over the past week. It's interesting going into this one with no anxiety. All you can really do is scoreboard watch. I think for Anthony Shepler, Ben Sebastiani, and Augie Martinez, Kieran Baker even, a guy that we could see as a defensive replacement, you're going out there and trying to head into your college season on a good note.
Now go out there, have fun, and ultimately just enjoy playing for the Stompers. The home stretch is here. And you mentioned the scoreboard watching. There's 3 CCL contests tonight. This one, not one of them. It's the Philippines at the Blues. That starting at 6 p.m. Walnut Creek at Menlo Park is already underway. That started just under an hour ago. And the Seagulls take on the Merchants. Seagulls got a win last night, just looking to continue to play spoiler down the home stretch. But even that, you talk about the scoreboard watching, the, what-if scenarios. How does Sonoma stay focused on their game and not just, looking at the scoreboard and thinking about the hypotheticals?
Yeah, well, that's a little bit interesting when you're the Stompers because, right, you're playing in a game where you can't gain any ground today. You can only... Well, you can lose ground with teams winning, gain ground, but there's nothing in your power you can do to change the standing. I think this is a day where you can check the scores after the game, and going into tomorrow, yeah, of course you're scoreboard watching. You know what each win means. Zach Pace and the coaching staff know exactly that they're in a win all 3 games and they're in scenario. But today is just about baseball, and especially baseball for those wrapping up their summer.
And a great opportunity here. California Tigers, almost a step up from the Stompers here, trying to play their way into a different kind of affiliation there. What do they need to do to come into Sonoma tonight and come out with a win?
And the Tigers need to do exactly what they did last game, which was score 19 runs against the Reading Colts. That was 2 days ago. I mean, the Tigers are a bit of a smaller roster, invite-only club. They got started a lot later. They're gritty. They're chirpy. They've gotten into a couple not physical scuffles, but they're a mouthy ball club. From what I've heard, we could be in for a couple fireworks here in Sonoma.
That should be a good one tonight. And before we wrap up with Roman's radar, Kieran Costa addition here. Let's just take a look at some keys to the game. What do both sides, you mentioned it there, for the Tigers, need to come in and score a lot of runs? What do the Stompers need to do in here to just get a confident win?
Yeah, the Stompers need to get 27 outs with as few pitchers as possible. All that matters is tomorrow's game against the San Francisco Seagulls and the 2 against the Philippines after that. Their key is have Patrick Atkinson 4 or 5 innings in a dream scenario. You can throw Connor Pulaski out there. I'm not saying that they're going out there to lose this ball game, but I guarantee you the top thought in these coaches' minds is what can we do to get a win tomorrow. On the Tigers side, I mean, is top of the order. Everyone's hitting over 300. Their guys have been hitting. Charlie Moulton, he's excited to throw against some of his old teammates. Hitty and Hahn in the 2 spot. They'll face off in the first inning. That should be fun. Good friends at Los Medanos. Hahn now on his way to Texas Tech. Moulton in the portal, they won't be playing together anymore. That should be a fun matchup to watch out for.
That should be a good one there. We'll wrap up the pregame show with Roman's radar, Kieran Costa edition, and we'll start with the home slate. It's Stomp Watch. Who you got?
Oh, it's got to be Hitty and Hahn. It's his last game in a Sonoma uniform. Last one in front of the home crowd. Signed with Texas Tech. The Red Raiders getting a good one. So this is his final game. He'll head back to South Korea for a month before heading down to Texas. 3 for 10, 2 doubles in out-of-league play. He's really crushed out-of-league pitching and should be a fun one against Charlie Moulton.
And taking a look behind enemy lines, who's the Tiger you've got your eye on?
Oh, I mean, who else but Charlie Moulton, our own friend, a two-way guy for the Stompers. He hit for the cycle 2 weeks ago. He's not in the lineup today, but he's thrown very well. A guy that has multiple D1 programs looking at him. We hope Charlie can find a home at the D1 level by the end of the summer. I'm excited to see what he does against his old friends in the Stomps.
That should be a good one. Thanks for joining us on the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network for the pregame show. We'll be right back for first pitch and the lineups. After what was probably the grooviest national anthem we've seen in Sonoma, that courtesy of Sonoma. Sam, we're ready to get underway for the Stompers. It's Patrick Atkinson on the bump this season in only out-of-league play. He's thrown 4 innings, given up just 2 hits, 1 earned run, struck out 4, and given up 1 free pass. He'll face what's, from the stats, a daunting California Tigers lineup that starts with Chase Christensen leading it off, followed by Nate Leffel, Noah Cantor, and Connor Smith. 5, 6, 7 is Alan Kiarte Guzman playing first base, Alec Nava, Tino Vassell, Jimmy Rattler, and Connor Berkowitz finishing it off and playing center field for the Tigers. And the battery mate for Patrick Atkinson is none other than Augie Martinez, been the bullpen catcher all season long, and he gets a crack at Arnold Field tonight.
Yeah, one thing that I'm looking for, maybe more than his at-bats, is how does he handle the pitchers that he faces. He's worked with all of them in the bullpen, obviously. I'm interested to see how he is behind the dish, especially watch down these throwdowns to second, pitch calling, things like that.
And it's not an easy infield to play, especially for, a game where you're the only high schooler in it, or one of 2 high schoolers in it. There's a Tiger who's actually not out of high school yet, but we'll talk about him if he enters this ball game. And there's a lot of space behind home plate here, behind Augie. He's seen, Pulowski, Sepulveda, Duncan, all those guys deal with the issues of just how much space is back there, how easy it is to score from third on a passed ball. We'll see how he handles it tonight. The first pitch from Atkinson is fouled back by Christensen. We're underway at 6:09 and a lovely evening in Sonoma, a 73-degree first pitch. Atkinson ahead 0-1. Chase Christensen out of Hawaii Pacific, a .391 average this summer with the Tigers. Takes a pitch outside now, 1-1. Christensen, 18 hits, 11 runs scored, 5 RBI, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. The 1-1 is cut on and missed, was well ahead of that pitch there. Nice little slider from Atkinson to get ahead 1-2. Atkinson, a starter who only goes from the stretch. 1-2, called strike 3, fastball outside corner. He sits down Christensen to start the ball game. No better way to start it and no better way to introduce the defense behind Patrick Atkinson. Left field is Gabriel Tapia playing in just his first week with the Stompers, followed by Kieran Baker and Quinn Medin in center field and in right. As the lefty Nate Leffel digs in. First pitch misses inside to him. Around the infield is Shepler, Hahn, Ben Sebastiani, and Trent Keys. A couple of those guys, not a ton of reps for the Stompers this season, but a great opportunity here in out-of-league play like previously mentioned. The 1-0 is cut back 1-1. And of course the battery, Augie Martinez and Patrick Atkinson, who really solid approach here for the first batter and a half. 1-1 from Atkinson, misses high and out. Two-one delivery outside again, 3-1. First time we've seen Atkinson behind. Leffel, a .419 hitter, cuts on and misses a hook. High and middle, a fastball there. Now payoff pitch. And the payoff delivery, cut on and miss, strike 3. Down goes the second. Quickly 2 strikeouts for Patrick Atkinson.
Yeah, this is an offense that has to be feeling themselves. They were slated for a 2-game set against the Reading Colts. They won 19-2, and then Reading forfeited the second game. So, Stompers won't be forfeiting today.
Quite the opposite here from Patrick Atkinson. A pair of strikeouts to start the night, and he'll face Noah Cantor. First pitch misses outside. Cantor plays for Pacific U and enters his ballgame with a .428 batting average this summer. That's 12 hits in 28 at-bats, 8 RBI. Fouls this one off down the right field line.
Yeah, and all these hits seem to be for extra bases.
Yeah, 3 doubles, a triple, a home run. Managed to steal a base, one of the only times he singled. But if there's a time to face a 3-hole hitting .428, it's with 2 gone and the base is empty. 1-1 spiked with a slider there now. 2-1. Nice block from Martinez.
Yeah, first test for Augie and a ball in the dirt. Nobody on base, but you're still trying to play your game and keep the baseball in front.
Atkinson from the right comes set, delivers home, misses in with a fastball to the righty Cantor. Now behind him, 3-1. Delivery, cut on and miss. Now another full count here. A couple of times we've seen Atkinson get behind in the first, but battle back, throwing in the zone. Payoff pitch, called ball 4.
Cantor very excited about his first inning walk.
Quite the bat flip there. Atkinson loses him on the payoff pitch, close but just below and in the zone. That's Cantor's third walk of the summer, and it brings up Connor Smith, the DH out of Santa Clara. Fouls first pitch right at the Stomper dugout on the first base line, 0-1. Atkinson will get a new ball. There's number 22 for Sonoma. That's the home whites. Blue numbers on the back, blue script Sonoma across the chest, and the bright orange numbers. Picks back to first in time, but it gets away from Keys. He'll have to hustle into right field to get this one. And going first to second is Noah Cantor. So the error charged to Patrick Atkinson. Now runner in scoring position with 2 outs after he walked and then gave a free 90 feet to Noah Cantor. Atkinson ahead of Smith, 0-1. Goes to the hook, lands it on the inner edge. Now ahead 0-2 from Connor Smith.
It's a nice pitch.
Smith out of Santa Clara, 298 this summer, 14 hits, 15 runs scored, 18 RBI, hitting cleanup for the Tigers. The 0-2 driven into left over the diving glove of Hideon Hahn, and set to score the first Tiger run. Throw goes to second. In comes Noah Cantor. It's a 2-out RBI single for Connor Smith.
Yeah, 19th RBI leads the team. He continues to produce, and that's a 2-out rally that's really aided by the error. You never want leadoff walks. You never want 2-out walks. 2-out walk, and then, I don't know, Atkinson, it's an interesting pick back. I don't know if you're really that worried about the running game in a game like this.
Yeah, especially Cantor, just the one stolen base. Doesn't seem like a real speed threat. But he scores on the single from Connor Smith, and Alan Cararte Guzman digs in from the left. First pitch outside, called strike 1.
Yeah, you go here. The lowest batting average is Connor Smith, who was 298 entering. He's probably 300 with that single.
0-1, taken for a strike. 0-2 now to Cararte Guzman. Plays college ball at Consumus River. 321 average this summer, 9 hits, 6 runs scored, 5 RBI, and a pair of walks. The 0-2 outside. One, 2 from Atkinson. Waved at and strike 3. Down goes Guzman. Atkinson strikes out the side in the top of the first, but gives up a run on just 1 hit and an error. We'll head to the home half here from Sonoma. Charlie Malton toes the rubber against his first half of summer squad. That's the Stompers, of course. 10 2/3 pitched for the Tigers so far this summer. A 2.64 ERA, 8 hits, 6 walks, 8 strikeouts. And he'll face a couple of hitters in this first inning who weren't with the Stompers when he was. It's Quinn Medden leading it off from University of Colorado Springs. He takes a fastball firm on the outside corner for strike 1. Medden followed by Gideon Hahn and Gabriel Tapia here in the first. 0-1 from Malton, fouled back, went to the hook. Second pitch, dropped it just below the zone, but it's fouled off by Medden. Now behind 0-2, a 400 average. That's just 2 hits, an RBI, a walk, and a pair of stolen bases with, just under a week for the Stompers. 0-2 to Medden is spiked in the dirt. Nice pick there from Cantor, who scored the Tigers run in the top of the half and now squats behind the dish in the bottom.
Yeah, but Malton had that great start against Walnut Creek. That was his big one.
1-2, driven into left field, ranging over is Berkowitz, and he makes the catch in left center field. Nice play there from the center fielder. Just heard the middle of the outfield. The left is Chase, and the right is Radler. Those Jimmy Radler in right, and Chase Christensen in left. The infield is Nava, Vassell, Leffel, and Quiarte Guzman. Gideon Hahn digs in what is likely his final game with Sonoma. First pitch taken for a strike against what was a Los Medanos teammate in Charlie Malton.
Yeah, Hahn and Malton, very good friends. They were inseparable in the dugout during Charlie's time here.
Hahn now fouls this one back 0-1, or 0-2, excuse me.
Yeah, Malton sitting 88-89 here in this first inning. We know he can tick up to 90, even 91. He said he's been down about half a mile an hour since he battled the flu a couple weeks ago. He's working back up, and he's hoping to get back to that 91 spot.
0-2 to Hahn, misses high with a fastball. That one at 88.
His hardest pitch for the Stompers was 90 here at Arnold Field. Again, the TrackMan data on the road, not as reasonable.
1-2 inside to Hahn, 2-2. And if there's anyone to know how great the at-bats are from Gideon Hahn, it's Charlie Malton.
Did you hear what Hans said before the game? I'm going to strike out just to make you look good. Hans already got his commitment.
2-2 from Malton, misses outside, 3-2. That strikeout not going to come easy for Charlie on the bump. Now a full count to Gideon Hahn. Hahn recently announced his commitment to Texas Tech. Going to be a Red Raider in a matter of weeks. It's July 24th. Chops this one up the middle off Malton, fielded by Vassell, who throws just in time to get Gideon Hahn. 6-3 the put out, 2 up, 2 down for the Stompers. And it brings up Gabriel Tapia, another Stomper that wasn't on the roster with Charlie Malton. 182 average in just a handful of ball games, 2 hits, 2 RBI, just 11 at-bats. First pitch hit right back up the middle, a single over the head of Charlie Malton. 2 out, single for the Stompers, runner aboard.
Yeah, Malton first pitch change up there. Stompers have been a little late on the fastball, went to the change, and they timed him up nicely.
And brings up the DH tonight, Esteban Sepulveda. A 190 average in CCL play this season. 3 doubles and a home run. 3 of those extra base hits came in just 1 game. First pitch from Malton is pulled to the glove side, 1-0. He checks back on Tapia, and ball fell out of the glove, but he nearly got him there.
Yeah, we've seen Charlie had a nice righty move. A little pick back to first base. I don't think he got anyone as a Stomper, but very close.
Behind Sepulveda, 1-0. Looks back, fake steal from Tapia. Pitch misses just outside, 2-0.
Yeah, nice for Tapia to get that hit. Again, we're looking at a lot of those guys that just joined the club to see how they do. You haven't really swung in game action in a couple of months.
Third pitch to Sepulveda, misses high and in. It's 3-0. Yeah, one thing we've talked about with some of the new guys that the Stompers had to bring in after the All-Star break because of some injuries, some school departures, stuff like that is, looking for the buy-in, and it seems like every guy that Zach Pace brought in has done just that. Malton loses Sepulveda on a 4-pitch walk after a single and getting the first 2 out. Now 2 on, 2 outs for who other than Augie Martinez making his Sonoma debut. And Noah Cantor will have a quick chat with Malton walking back up the mound. Martinez bats from the left. Hit .383 his junior year last spring in high school. Takes the first pitch fastball on the inner third.
Now batting, catcher number 50, Augie Martinez.
He also walked more than he struck out. He had 13 walks and just 11 Ks. Good plate discipline from the young kid.
Yeah, lefty stick. Maybe what the Stompers need.
Yeah. Malton comes set, takes a look back, delivers home, misses low. Trying to ride that inside edge again here. 1-1. Martinez 4 doubles, 13 walks. Hit a home run this last spring. 1-1. Clips him on the elbow, and it's not a league game, but welcome to the Sonoma Stompers. He's hit by a pitch in his first at-bat.
Yeah, Augie had that one at-bat, a second league game, and he drew a 4-pitch walk. He now gets a hit by pitch. He's fitting right in.
That brings up the recent San Jose State commit, the former Ohio State Buckeye, Anthony Shepler, who in and out of league game hit a grand slam. That was on July 4th against the Novato Knicks. That ball mashed to right center field over the high wall. First pitch inside. Shepler in league play, 12 hits, a pair of doubles, 5 RBI, 10 walks, 25 strikeouts. not been the ideal summer, but he's started to come around the corner here, figuring it out, getting a better approach with the help of Sonoma coaching staff, and has put together some really quality at-bats over the last week or so.
Yeah, and this inning started so well for Moulton. Got that pop-up from Medin, ground ball from Hahn, but Tapia, a nice piece of hitting, went the opposite way, served it out into left center, and then hits Augie Martinez after a 4-pitch walk to Sepulveda. All of a sudden, the Stompers threatening.
It's 2-0 to Shepler. Moulton from the stretch, hit hard through the right side of the infield under a diving glove of Guzman to throw in to home plate. Not in time to get Esteban Sepulveda. It's a 2 RBI single with 2 gone in the bottom of the first. The Stompers don't just match the run in the top, but they get an extra. They lead it 2-1.
Yeah, Shepler continues to produce in out-of-league action. If you just want to see a little bit from him in the league games, that's a good at-bat. Moulton's a quality pitcher. Could be a CCL pitcher, was a CCL pitcher.
It brings up Ben Sebastiani, who, if you're looking for a free pass, look no further.
Looking for an out-of-league 3-run home run, he might be your guy.
Yeah, had one of those on July 4th. Takes a first pitch strike. Augie Martinez went first to third when the throw came into home. Heads up base running there. It's first and third, 2 outs. Moulton takes a look at Shepler. 0-1. Went back to the hook, misses it outside.
Yeah, Moulton's pitch count continues to climb here in this first inning, and there's a righty up and throwing for California.
1-1, fouled back by Ben Sebastiani. That one shot off the barrel there, but foul in that fastball middle. Moulton might have gotten away with one there. Moulton set the 1-2 high to Sebastiani. Two outs. Moulton Sebastiani gets the strikeout. Got him with a third hook of the at-bat. It's Moulton's first, and it ends the first inning. A pair of singles, a walk and a hit by pitch. Score 2 for Sonoma in the home half. We'll head to the second inning on the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network. Patrick Atkinson back out for the top of the second. He gave up 1-on-1 hit in the first, and it's a first pitch slider to Alec Nava, who swings and misses over the top.
Yeah, Atkinson, an interesting pitch mix as a post-grad guy. None of his pitches are that fast. He goes fastball at 82, and then that curveball, 66 miles an hour, slow like barbecue sauce. He just drifts it on in there.
Gets a 1-1 fastball out to Nava. Goes back in with the fastball. That ends up middle of the zone, sent into right field for a leadoff single. And it brings up the night's beer batter, Tino Vasil out of USF. Hitting 227 on the year with 17 strikeouts, 8 RBI, and 10 hits this summer. Digs in from the left. First pitch from Atkinson outside. Almost looked like a pitch out, but runner didn't go. A check back on Nava, who's back in plenty of time. Actually going to extend his lead after the move. Dances off first. Atkinson delivers home, misses in behind 2-0 now. Runner on first with Vasil at the plate.
That 50% discount's good for umpires too.
Jimmy Radler on deck at Consummate River. 2-0 check swing. Yes, he did. 2-1. Good call there from John Pierce behind home. I believe it's Dylan Brewster in the field today, just a two-man squad. They check back again. Move not in time.
Yeah, Atkinson at 29 pitches. You're trying to keep the pitch count low, get as many innings as you can out of Patrick. And the reality for the righty today is that this could be his last time playing baseball.
Yeah. Misses outside, now 2-1.
Yeah, post-grad at Hawaii Hilo. We're not really sure how much more baseball he's going to play, and he's obviously going to miss the game, but probably miss just hanging out with the pitchers, playing hacky sack, doing all the little things that happen in baseball too.
Yeah. Misses outside. It's a 5-pitch walk to Tino Vasil. Now 2 on, no outs in the second.
Now that is right fielder number 14, Jimmy Radler.
And Jimmy Radler digs in from Consummate River. A .256 average this summer, 10 hits and 39 at bats. First pitch misses the zone just high. Atkinson set the 1-0, shot into foul territory down the right field line, 1-1. Four RBI on the summer for Radler, a double, a triple. Pair hit by pitches. One from Atkinson. In on the inside third. Now 1-2. Radler doesn't seem to love the call. Nice frame there from Augie behind the dish. Lays down the sign to Atkinson, who comes set, takes a look back at second. The 1-2. Curveball front door, strike 3 looking. Down goes Radler.
4 Ks and 4 outs.
Yeah. That's a big one there. Still 2 on, just 1 out, but it sets up an inning-ending double play. And brings up Connor Berkowitz.
Center fielder number 3, Connor Berkowitz.
Another Los Medanos guy, 333 this summer, 11 hits and 33 at-bats. First pitch from Atkinson, another hook. That one ends just low, but lower third, middle of the plate, 0-1. A 1 fastball high, misses, evens the count 1-1. Not a lot of velo from Atkinson, as Kieran mentioned, just 84 on the fastball. Takes a look back. 1-1. Catches the outside corner. Nice spot there. Now ahead 1-2. Berkowitz 6 strikeouts this summer. In danger of his 7th here with 2 on and 1 out. 1-2, runners go. It's a swinging strike 3. He gets Berkowitz, but runners advance to second and third. 5 strikeouts through just an inning and 2/3 here for Atkinson.
How do you like that, Romy? Struck out 5 of the first 9 he's faced, slicing and dicing him up like hibachi chef out there, Patrick Atkinson.
Good one there. Back to the top of the order we go. Chase Christensen, who struck out to lead off the top of the first, takes a called strike on the outside corner there. A 1 misses. Nice squeeze there from Martinez. One inner third, and it's called a strike. Christensen hated the call there. Immediately turned the head saying, no, it's not. Still shaking his head, but he's behind 1-2.
Yeah, Pierce giving a lot over that inner third to off the inside corner. That's the place to attack a right-handed hitter.
1-2, served into right. Bounces just in front of Quinn Medin, and it'll send the tying run and the go-ahead run across home plate. A 2 RBI, 2-out single from Chase Christensen.
Now batting, second baseman number 2, Nathan Leffel.
That brings up Nate Leffel after Alec Nava and Tino Vassell score on the single by Christensen, who now stands on first base. Leffel also struck out in the first. That one a swinging strikeout. First pitch misses high. Christensen leads off first. Doesn't run on the pitch. It's called a strike low in the zone. 9 stolen bases on the year for Chase Christensen. He takes off here. The 1-1 misses out. The throw down to second. Not in time. It's the 10th stolen bag of the summer for Chase Christensen.
Yeah, Martinez's throw was a little bit high there. Hahn leapt up and applied a swipe tag to the helmet of the speedy Christensen, but much too late.
Two gone in the second. The 2-1 hit into center field, ranging over his Baker, and he makes the catch above his head. That one saves a run in the top of the second, but the Tigers get a pair back. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Tigers lead it 3-2 here in Sonoma.
And number 25.
Trent Keys digs in for the Stompers here to lead off the second inning. Tigers got 2 back in the top half. Charlie Moulton now back out with a run of support behind him. Same story as the bottom of the first. Trent Keys checks his swing but goes around on the first pitch. He sees 0-1. Keys on the CCL year, a 190 average, 15 hits, 20 walks, 18 hit by pitches. Slaps this one to second base, fielded by Leffel, who throws just in time to get him at first base. I'm going to bring up the 9-hole, Kieran Baker
Now batting.
for the Stompers.
Center fielder number 12. Kieran Baker.
8 hits, 4 RBI, 6 walks, and 16 strikeouts for the Stompers in limited appearances. First pitch from Moulton misses outside.
Got Moulton now getting up near that 30 pitch mark.
The 1-0 to Baker misses off the outside edge with a fastball. Now Baker in the driver's seat, 2-0. Wind from Moulton misses again with the off speed, 3-0. Quinn Medden stands on deck. Get me over, misses low, and it walks 9-hole, something you never want to do. It's Baker's. Well, he has 6 in CCL play. This game not CCL action. It's the second walk given up by Moulton. Third free pass through the lineup. And it brings up Quinn Medden. Flew out to lead off the bottom of the first. Watches the first pitch he sees. It's a strike on the high outside edge.
Yeah, and if you're the Stompers, I mean, there's a lot of reasons you want this inning to continue, but I bet Hahn and Moulton would love to go at each other one more time. I mean, best friends over at Los Medanos. They were probably Fortnite duos partners if those guys ever played on brought their PlayStation out to the clubhouse, play some games, especially those JC doubleheaders. You spend a lot of time together in the clubhouse.
Moulton. Runner goes 0-1. Baker gets in behind the tag of Vassell. Stolen base for Kieran. 1-1 to Quinn Medden. Taken for a strike, high middle. Now 1-2. Hitting Hahn stands on deck. One-two, chop to the left side. A tough play here. Charging is Nava. The throw just in time to get Quinn Medden, but the tying run moves just 90 feet away in Kieran Baker. That one goes 5-3. And I'll bring up none other than Gideon Hahn.
Shortstop number 1.
The new Red Raider. It's going to be a fun road for Hahn at the D1 level. It's been a long road here in the transfer portal. Played his 2 years at Los Medanos. Had a lot of D1 offers early in the summer. Lower tier schools like Alabama State, things like that.
That was the first pitch off from Moulton, 0-1.
But now finally signed that letter of intent with Texas Tech, and his flight back to Seoul, South Korea is tomorrow. He gets to spend about a month back home. Probably have a little beat and bop. You're not going to get a lot of Korean comfort food down in Texas, I can tell you that.
Curveball from Moulton lands on the inner third. Nice pitch there. Now ahead of former teammate, future Red Raider, Gideon Hahn, 0-2.
Nothing but barbecue and bacon cheeseburgers down in Texas.
0-2 misses inside. 1-2. 1-2 to Hahn. Driven right at the second baseman, Leffel, who fields it and tosses over to end the inning at first base. 4 Stompers hit, but a walk is left aboard. We'll head to the third inning. From Sonoma, 3-2 Tigers. You're watching Sonoma Stompers Baseball on the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network. Noah Cantor leads off the third. He walked and scored in the first. Swings and misses at the first pitch he sees from Atkinson second time around. Cantor plays his college ball at Pacific U. 0-1 inside edge front door curveball there. 0-2. Atkinson pitching ahead. Gets the sign from Martinez. Comes set at the belt. 0-2 just high to Cantor. 1-2. Pitch missed high, but didn't miss by much. 1-2. Slap to second. Ben Sebastiani fields it, takes his time, throws in. Cantor didn't even run halfway to first base. Some really poor baseball there, but he's retired either way. 4-3 for the first out.
Designated hitter number 31, Connor Smith.
And it brings up Connor Smith, who had the RBI single to score Noah Cantor back in the first. That was the first run for the Tigers, since added on a pair. First pitch from Atkinson. Another curveball on the inside edge. Feeling that one today. Connecting on it several times with Augie Martinez. The 0-1 hit hard on the third base line, but foul just past Anthony Shepler. Now Atkinson ahead of Smith. 0-2. Pitch popped up just over our heads here behind home plate in the Sonoma Tribune press box. Thanks for joining us from elsewhere. Here in Sonoma, lovely 73 degrees as the sun slowly setting. Roman Frelli, Kieran Costa here on the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network. 0-2 called, strike 3, sits down Connor Smith. And it's the 6th strikeout through just 2 2/3 for Patrick Atkinson. He entered the ballgame with 4 innings pitched, but 4 strikeouts. That is obvious 1 an inning average, but he's got 6 through 2 2/3. Quite the day so far. Brings up Alan Cararte Guzman, who watches the first pitch off speed low. He struck out to end the first inning. That was with Connor Smith on first base. The 1-0 misses in 2-0. Nearly hit him, but gets out of the way. Two-0 from Atkinson, fouled back, fastball high, induces the swing, 2-1. Atkinson from the right, Guzman from the left. 2-1 is swung on and missed, 2-2. Nice battle here from Atkinson, sniffing out his 7th strikeout. It would end the inning. Comes set. 2-2. Hit to the left side. Anthony Shepler fields on the run. Throw in time to Trent Keys at first base, which ends the inning. 1-2-3 go the Tigers in the third. The Stompers trail by a run and look to get it back in the bottom of the third here on the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network. Gabriel Tapia leads off the third for Sonoma. He singled in the first, scored the first Stomper run. Takes the first pitch fastball on the outside corner for strike number 1. We're seeing a widened zone on that third. Against the right or the left. This one hit foul down the third base line by Tapia, and it's caught by Nava. P5 goes Tapia to lead off the inning, and it brings up Esteban Sepulveda, who walked and scored in the first.
Designated hitter number 46, Esteban Sepulveda.
First pitch to Sepulveda is a hook from Malton. It lands on the lower third for a strike.
Yeah, right-handed hitters have to be aware that they're going to get squeezed inside, and left-handed hitters know that you have to extend that zone on the pitch away.
0-1 misses inside. Went back to the off-speed, and it misses low and in. One to Sepulveda, spiked a fastball, 2-1.
If you want to do the Dean Boozle challenge, meet me right behind home plate right now.
Malton, a tough first inning. A walk, a hit by pitch, a pair of singles, scored 2 for Sonoma, but got out of a bit of a jam in the second, now working into the third. The 2-1 offering outside and low. Sepulveda declines, it's 3-1. To Sepulveda misses high, ball for his second walk in as many at-bats. That's the third for Malton through just 2 and a third. And we'll have a mound visit here. Tigers talking to Malton. What could be the end of the road with the entire infield on the bump. And it won't be. Just a pep talk here, and a 1 shown down to the bullpen, likely, saying Malton's got 1 guy left. If he gets him, or if he gets on, it's wraps for Malton. It'll be Augie Martinez, the guy who's more than likely played some catch with Malton. He was hit by a pitch against him in the first, and that one nearly hit him. They threaten a back pick, but don't give it a toss down at Sepulveda at first. Malton comes set, takes a look. 1-0 to Martinez is hit softly to the right side of the infield. Fielded by Leffel. They go to second for 1, on to first. No throw. It's a fielder's choice for 6 that puts out Sepulveda.
Now batting, third baseman number 52.
And brings up Anthony Shepler, who singled and scored, or singled, drove in the 2 runs for the Stompers in the first. They check back on Martinez, but he's back in time. First pitch to Shepler, battled back into the screen. Great opportunity here for Shepler, looking to gain a couple extra at-bats down the CCL stretch. Takes an 0-1 hook on the outside edge for 0-2.
Yeah, just 3 games left for Sonoma. They have the Seagulls here tomorrow, and then the Philippines national team, who Sonoma beat earlier this season, come in for a little 3-game set. Sonoma in a situation where if they win out in those 3, they'll get the 1 seed and the bye in the CCL North.
The 0-2 misses up in the strike zone. It'll be 1-2 to Shepler. And that 1 seed in the North would be huge for the Stompers. You don't have to leave Sonoma until the CCL Championship, which that's down in the South, no matter what the standings say.
Yeah, they right now sit a half game above SLO, who are in the middle of their battle with the Philippines, tied 3-3.
Shepler shoots this one down the right field line, foul.
So if the Blues win today, they'd go into a tie atop the North, and they would have the same amount of games played in league action. Sonoma holds the tiebreaker over San Luis Obispo. That tiebreaker is total runs allowed. So that's the second tiebreaker after head-to-head record, which is even. They split the 2 games here, they split the 2 games there. So Sonoma has to match SLO's record over the weekend.
The 1-2 misses outside to Shepler. Really couldn't be a tighter race down the stretch for the CCL North. Sonoma, the Blues, and the Crawdads all within a game and a half. Alameda just 2.5 out. 2-2 swung over the top. Strike 3 ends the inning from Anthony Shepler. That's just the second strikeout by Malton, but it ends the third. The Tigers carry a 3-2 lead into the 4th here at Arnold Field.
Number 1,
Alec
Nava.
Nava digs in from the right to face Patrick Atkinson here in the top of the fourth. Roman Raffelli, Kieran Costa here on the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network. First pitch from Atkinson is an off speed. He gets a swing from Nava to get ahead 0-1.
Yeah, if we take a look around the scoreboard watch, as we've talked about, the Stompers are in a spot where obviously they don't control anything themselves today. They have the Slow Blues a half game behind them. The Blues and the Philippines tied 3-3, top of a fourth inning. The Crawdads 1.5 behind. They have a healthy lead over Menlo Park. Alameda 2.5 behind. They trail San Francisco early.
The 0-2 from Atkinson misses low, 1-2 the count. One, two from Atkinson, hit hard to Anthony Shepler at 30. Fields takes a shuffle, throws in time, but not all the way to Trent Keys. Nice backup there from Augie Martinez to not allow an extra base, but ball gets under the glove of Trent Keys to go as a throwing error against Anthony Shepler.
Yeah, Nava hustling up the line. He did have to make that throw with a little bit of haste and just didn't put enough on it. Sort of short-armed it and skipped in there. Keys may be one that he wants to pick, but gets past him.
All beers are half off for the remainder of the inning.
And brings up Tino Vassell, and going back to that error there, really nice hustle play there from Martinez, young catcher, just looking for some extra innings behind the plate. First pitch cut on and missed by Atkinson.
I mean, sort of mixed emotions in this Blues-Philippines 3-3 game. Yeah, you want the Philippines to go steal one, but they can't catch any fire coming to Sonoma Saturday and Sunday.
0-1 fouled back. Vassell behind 0-2. If you're familiar with Arnold Field tradition, the beer batter picked in the opponent lineup every single ball game, CCL or not. If he strikes out, it's half-price beer for the rest of the inning. Vassell, tonight's beer batter, the 0-2 pitch, cut on and missed. Strike three, down goes Vassell, the 7th by Atkinson so far in this one, and now half-price beer. The Arnold faithful only going to get more wild here in the ballpark. That strikeout by Vassell, the 18th of his summer. First pitch to Radler, shot right back up the middle. Hitting Hahn makes a spinning throw to Ben Sebastiani at second place, and they get the out of Nava. Nice spinning play there for the fielder's choice.
Now batting, center fielder number 3, Connor Berkovitz.
Radler changes out the runner at first. He replaces Nava, and it brings up Connor Berkovitz, struck out in the second. First pitch high and in. One 0 chopped foul down the third base line. We'll check back to first. Nice move there from Atkinson, not in time to get Radler. One hit hard on a line down the left field line, dunks into the Flybird Margarita Lounge. Now Atkinson ahead 1-2. Looking for his 8th strikeout through 4 innings. Have a day, Patrick Atkinson. One-two, runner stumbles but goes. The throw from Martinez beats him there. The tag, not in time from Ben Sebastiani. A stolen base from Jimmy Radler, despite nearly tripping and falling over on his way to second. So Berkovitz now in a 2-2 count with Atkinson. Runner on second base. 3-2 Tigers. Atkinson set. 2-2, hit hard, fouled on the left field line. Two from Atkinson. Hit sharply at Ben Sebastiani at second base. He fields, throws in time to end the inning. Runner reaches on a hit, then on a fielder's choice, but none come across to score for the Tigers in the fourth. We'll head to the bottom half. Sonoma trails 3-2. Adam Smaglik comes in relief for Charlie Malton, who went 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 earned runs against his former team in the Sonoma Stompers. He struck out a pair, walked 3, and hit 1. Gives way to Adam Smaglik out of Sac City College. Smaglik on the season for the Tigers, 13 innings pitched, a 2.07 ERA. 10 hits allowed, 7 walks. First pitch to Ben Sebastiani is in for a strike. He struck out 17 through those 13 innings, giving up just 3 earned runs. Enters with 2 wins and 2 saves under his belt. Second pitch misses outside. And it's a power righty out of the bullpen, 92 with that fastball. 1-1 to Sebastiani, outside edge with an off-speed pitch, misses or catches the outside corner 1 and 2. Ahead of Sebastiani, the 1-2, cut on and missed. Down goes Sebastiani in Adam Smaglik's first batter.
Now batting, first baseman number 25.
Gonna bring up Trent Keys. Grounded out to Leffel at second in his first at-bat. That was back in the second inning. First pitch cut on and missed by Trent Keys. Smaglik comes set, working from the stretch from the right side. 0-1 hit softly to second base. Leffel charges it and can't make the throw in time to get Trent Keys. Bobbled it as he made the transfer and goes as an E4 to put Trent Keys aboard.
Now batting.
One on with one out here in the bottom of the fourth. Kieran Baker digs in. Walked in the second, was stranded at third base. Trent Keys leads off first. First pitch to Baker in the dirt. Nice block from Cantor. Doesn't allow Keys to move up. Keys a sneaky 8 stolen bases in CCL play for Sonoma. Taller frame first baseman, not typically a guy you'd expect to steal some bags, but hustles his way around. 1-0 hit foul down the right field line by Baker. Count now 1-1 with one gone and a runner aboard. Smaglik comes set at the shoulders. 1-1 delivery is an off speed and it gets the swing from Kieran Baker over the top, 1-2. Thanks for joining us on the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network. Roman Orfelli, Kieran Costa here from Arnold Field. And if you're watching the scoreboard, Slow Blues have taken a 5-3 lead over the Philippines, and they've got the bases loaded, no outs in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch foul down the right field line by Kieran Baker. One-two to Baker, hit hard to the left side, fielded by Nava. They go to second for one, on to first, double play, around the horn go the Tigers. 5-4-3 ends the inning off the bat of Kieran Baker. We'll head to the fifth inning. Kieran Costa takes over on play-by-play. It's Sonoma Stompers baseball on the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network.
Now batting. Christensen.
Top of the order against Patrick Atkinson here in the 5th inning. Christensen, Weffel, and Cantor. I'm Kieran Costa, joined by Roman Raffelli here as the regular season winds down in wine country, and the first pitch misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Tomorrow against the San Francisco Seagulls, that'll be a 6:05 start, along with Saturday against the Philippines national team, and then a Sunday matinee to round out the regular season. And Atkinson, 65-mile-per-hour curveball hits Chase Christensen. He's aboard, and that brings up Nate
Now
Weffel.
batting, second baseman, number 2, Lathan Leffel.
Weffel struck out in the first, flew out in the second. Cam Hageman's taken over for Kieran Baker in center field. And that one's popped up and out of play. Left-handed hitter pops it foul and out of play. We count no balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 ball game in favor of the visiting California Tigers, a team that's 10-4-1. They've taken care of the CCL opponents they've played. They beat the Walnut Creek Crawdads 14-13. They also beat the Arroyo Seco Saints down in Southern California. Atkinson checks on first, Christensen back to the base. Chase stole second, back in the second. And he gets Nate Weffel to give a half-hearted wave and a miss. The 8th strikeout for Patrick Atkinson. Slicing and dicing through this order. Went to the changeup that time. Second time he's gotten Weffel, and that brings up Noah Cantor, who walked and scored in the first inning. He grounded out to the second baseman. That's Ben Sebastiani. That was in the 3rd inning. He also didn't run out his ground ball. Atkinson checks on first again. Dylan Brewster says safe.
A Stomper, head on over to the left field foul pole right now.
Atkinson checks to first. They have him in a rundown, and they got him. So Atkinson picks off Christensen. 1-3-6 the put out.
Yeah, nice job there, Trent Keys. Saw that the runner was just taken off once he caught that. Got it out quickly and accurately to Gideon Hahn, who puts down a nice tag. A close play at second base. Christensen nearly beat it out.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. Cantor behind 0-1. None of the out-of-town scores really going the way Sonoma needs them to. The Blues lead the Philippines 6-3, and the Crawdads lead the Legends 8-4. That one misses low here, and the count's 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch, swing and a miss, 1-2. The Stompers just trying to get through these 27 outs and get to the games that matter over the weekend. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 5th inning. Atkinson delivers, and it's popped foul out of play by Cantor. 0 for 1, walked and scored. Sonoma will send Sean McBroom to the hill tomorrow against the San Francisco Seagulls. Coming off a strong outing last week against Walnut Creek. The righty Atkinson to the righty Cantor up and outside. And the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch is bounced towards third. Shepler gloves in fair territory, sets his feet, throws to first, dug out by Trent Keys. It didn't matter because Noah Cantor once again wasn't hustling up the line. A hit by pitch erased on a pickoff. 1, 2, 3, go the Tigers in the fifth. Halfway through our ball game today, after 4.5, California leads Sonoma 3-2. Quinn Medin swings at the first pitch of the bottom of the fifth and spoils it foul. Medin, Hahn, and Tapia. Quinn, Santa Rosa product, went to Santa Rosa Junior College before transferring to Colorado Springs, and he's quickly behind 0-2. That's a fastball over the outside corner, 84 miles an hour from Adam Smaglik. Right on right, 0-2 home. Inside, and it hit him. And the Stompers cannot afford anybody to get hit by a pitch in an out-of-league contest. Medin will take the base, first time aboard for the Stomper right fielder. Zach Pace comes halfway out of a dugout. I think he's going to be waved off. Medin taking off all of his accessories, the leg guard, the elbow guard. The problem was that one got him square in the wrist. He seems to be okay. Allie Slinson has her hands full tonight. Kieran Baker removed from the game after that ground ball in the fourth inning. Limped off holding his hamstring. Hahn looking to finish off his Stomper career on a high note. 0 for 2 today. That was against Charlie Moulton. We'll see what he does against Adam Smaglik. Smaglik, no turns towards first base. Medin doesn't run. Hahn holds the bunt out in front, but takes a pitch that drifts low and outside.
Medin a pair of stolen bases in CCL play for Sonoma so far. Just under a week with the team.
Doesn't run. Hahn pushes a bunt foul. Wes Porter scoops it up, the manager for the California Tigers. Stompers, I know they have to schedule some out-of-league games. Some come down from the league, but I think Zach Pace would have taken an off day, especially with the amount of high-pressure baseball coming up in the next 3 days. Hahn tries to bunt again, unsuccessful, as it gets a piece of the catcher Cantor, who meanders forward to pick it up and toss it back to the pitcher. Hahn back in from the left side. Behind them the count 1-2. Runner at first, that's Medin. Nobody out. 3-2 ball game in the fifth. The The pitch from Smaglik is outside, 2-2. Alameda's gotten a run back on the out-of-town scoreboard. They currently trail San Francisco 3-1. Medin, a great jump, a pitch up the throw on a hop, kicks into center field. Medin's gonna start towards third base, head back, and almost pick back off second base. Medin, if you're gonna go to third, you gotta commit there. He'll take an out-of-league swipe, his first. Safe at second base. Medin sort of rounded the base, started towards third, then very calmly tried to go back to the base, and Berkowitz almost threw behind him and got him. Either way, stolen base and now a 3-2 pitch to Hahn. Right on left, Smaglik comes home and Hahn fouls it back to the screen.
A nice pitch there from Smaglik. Not a pitch you can really get hurt on. Went high fastball. Best case scenario, hitting Hahn. Tries for the high velo and whiffs on it. Worst case, he fouls it off.
Stompers getting just 2 hit here into the 5th inning. Another payoff pitch on the way from Smaglik, his 20th of the appearance. Here it is, and Hahn checks his swing. Is called out anyway, 91 miles an hour right down the middle. Second strikeout for Adam Smaglik, starting his second inning of work.
Now batting, left fielder number 21, Gabe Tapia.
That brings up Gabriel Tapia. Left-handed hitter with an ever so slightly closed stance. That front right foot just a half inch closer to home plate than the back foot. The pitch is outside, 1-0. Tapia, perfect bunt in yesterday's game. That went along with a couple good at-bats from Tapia, who was in the 7 hole. He reached on an error, he singled, he reached on catcher's interference, and he also laid down a bunt. Now you've checked off about half the ways to get to first base. He sends this one in the air to center field. Berkowitz has a beat on it and catches it coming towards home plate. That's the second out of the inning and brings up Esteban Sepulveda, walked both times.
A pair of good at-bats. Pair of good at-bats for Sepulveda so far. And this one looking for another one here. Runner on in scoring position with 2 outs. You'd love more than a walk here. A hit would potentially tie this ball game.
Runner at second, that's Medin. The tying run. The runner, or the hitter at the plate is Sepulveda. And the pitch to Esteban. He starts his swing, but takes it low. 84 miles an hour off-speed pitch from Smaglik. No one up in the bullpen for the Tigers. The pitch high. Sepulveda takes up. 2-2. Esteban in the lineup as the catcher yesterday, a late addition to the ball club. He went 1 for 5. Today, yesterday, the Stompers left 16 runners on base in a frustrating loss down south of San Francisco as that one's fouled back to the screen. Oh, it gets stuck up in the backstop. It did.
It did.
Remind me not to film the interview with Coach behind the backstop tomorrow. That one's going to fall and clip someone. Climb up there and get it, maybe. 2-1 pitch to Sepulveda. 3-1. I mean, how difficult is it to get a ball stuck up there? I'm afraid to climb up. I'll bungee jump off, yell Geronimo, and head back towards the ground. But I'm not climbing up there. I can tell you that for free. 3-1 pitch to Esteban's line towards right center, cutting over and over the head of Rattler to the wall. Scoring easily is Medin. Esteban Sepulveda chugs into second with an RBI double. Second out of league RBI for Esteban, and we're all knotted up at 3 here in the 5th.
A great piece of hitting there from Sepulveda. Takes it the other way, exactly where it's pitched. Found a fastball in the zone, shoots it into right center field. That ball hit every single time. It ties up the ball game. Exactly what we said he needed to do. Quality at bat ends in a hit and ties up the ball game.
That brings up Augie Martinez and a chance to drive in a run. Campolindo High School backstop. Spent all year as the bullpen catcher for Zach Pace. He gets the starting nod today, and he takes low outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Augie was hit by a pitch in the first inning. He bounced into a 4-6 fielder's choice in the third. This would be a nice moment if he could drive in Sepulveda from second base. 1-0 to Augie. That one's going to kick past the catcher Cantor to the backstop, and now he doesn't even need a hit. If another pitch gets by Noah Cantor, it's going to be a run.
And it's huge to have Augie able to catch this game for Sonoma. Connor Pulowski scratched from last night's lineup with a hand injury. That forced Esteban Sepulveda to come off the bench and catch last night's game. You really don't want him to catch again tonight in a game that doesn't mean much.
2-0 pitch to Martinez. Hit towards second. Weffel drops to a knee, keeps it in front, and throws him out at first base. The inning is over. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 left. We head to the 6th inning, knotted at 3 on the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network. Sixth inning rolls around here in Sonoma County. The Stompers and the Tigers knotted at 3, and Atkinson starts his 6th inning with a called strike. 1. Changeup to Connor Smith, and Alan Corte Guzman and Alec Nava. Swing and a miss, nothing in 2. Atkinson looking for his 9th strikeout, and finally there's action in the Stomper bullpen behind him. The pitch home way outside. 1-2. Tried to induce a chase on a changeup. 0-2. You're ahead. You have the waste pitches. That one non-competitive. Atkinson ready to deliver his 88th pitch of the outing. Patrick comes home and it misses up and away. The count's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Base is empty. Top of the 6th. The pitch. Struck him out swinging. Martinez picks it up, clears himself, throws to first for the 9th strikeout of Patrick Atkinson's day. Nice block by Martinez. It kicked up the first base line. He wanted to tag him, instead lobbed it over to Trent Keys at first. And Atkinson is now 1 strikeout away from what would be the second 10 strikeout performance by a Stomper this year. The pitch is grounded towards second, right at Ben Sebastiani, who takes the gimme hop and throws him out at first. Corte Guzman retired, and that brings up Alec Nava. That was the 90th toss from Atkinson, and this is a nice moment. Dave Hoke, the Stomper infield coach, and a man that's coached Patrick Atkinson during his time in high school, during his time at Sonoma State, and now during his time here with Sonoma. His second season's going to shake his hand and take the ball. He shakes the hands of Augie Martinez and walks off the mound for maybe the final time as a collegiate level baseball player. A deserving hand for the second-year Stomper, Patrick Atkinson. He pitched some big innings for Sonoma. He started the CCL North title game last year. He's eaten some very important out-of-league innings for Zach Pace this season. And if that's it for Atkinson, it's a very nice end to his baseball career, and probably no better person to take the ball from him from Dave Hoke. A nice moment here in Sonoma. Will step aside. Stompers and the Tigers level at 3. Chris Albee, the sidewinding righty who pitched last year at William Jessup, comes off the bench. Countering move, a lefty off the bench. It's Brendan Murphy. The first pitch is in there to the California Tiger left-handed hitter. Murphy, a Sac City guy, hitting 176. He's facing a former Sac City guy in Chris Albee, who spent 2 years there. Spent the last year at William Jessup. So a battle of former Sac City players. This one's bounced to Hideon Hahn at shortstop. Sets his feet, throws to first just in time to get the hustling Murphy. And a nice job out of the bullpen by Albee. Gets his out on just 2 pitches. We'll close the book on Patrick Atkinson when we return for the last of the 6. A tie ball game at 3. Bottom of the 6th inning here in Sonoma. The Stompers and the California Tigers are deadlocked at 3 apiece. And it's still early in this one, but the last thing Zach Pace wants is this game to last more than 9 innings. I think he died it out just 27 outs, no more. And that one's high. The count's 2 balls and no strike on Shepler. Shepler, 2 ribby single in the first. He struck out in the third. Both of those was against former teammate Charlie Moulton. The righty Smaglik mixes outside to the lefty Shepler, 3-0. Chris Albee on the other end needs to be very efficient for Sonoma and get as many outs as he possibly can. 3-0, Shepler takes a called strike, 3-1 to 84 miles an hour in the zone. Ben Sebastiani and then Trent Keys to follow. Pitch to Shepler is cut on and missed, and the count runs full, 3-2. Stompers and the Seagulls do battle tomorrow. That's a win and in game for Sonoma. Home game should be a busy one at Arnold Field. The grandstand all but sold out. Shepler hits one a ton down the right field line. Looking up is Radler, and he watches it go. Anthony Shepler with a long home run. Sonoma back out in front. It's 4-3. 90 miles an hour, middle in. Shep unloaded to the pull side. Sonoma retakes the lead.
Need to start telling Anthony Shepler every game is non-CCL. His second home run. He's also got a triple in out-of-league play. How about that?
That brings up Ben Sebastiani. The last game, Shepler homered. Sebastiani homered as well. That was the 4th of July. That was a moonshot. The only question was it going to stay fair? Shepler did his best. Carlton Fisk sort of with his head tried to wave it back inside the pole. And that's going to force a meeting at the mound. Smaglik sort of staring, hands on hips, as Cantor and his pitching coach come out to meet him. He got behind 3-0 to Anthony Shepler. It turned into a 3-2 count, and then he just left one over the middle of the plate, and Shepler did not miss it. Just a quick consultation on the mound. Nobody up in the bullpen for the Tigers, so this might be Smaglik's inning to complete. Sebastiani fouls it at home, 1-1. Got a piece of a catcher, so John Pierce walks a new baseball out to the mound for Adam Smaglik. Stompers lead it 4-3, looking to finish off the non-CCL slate in style. They lost the first 2 games of the season, Roman, if you can even remember all the way back then.
Yeah.
A heartbreaker on opening day to the Honors. They fell to 0-2. I was ready to chalk the season up after just 2 games, but now all of a sudden Sonoma find themselves in 3 different win-and-in scenarios over the next 3 days against the cellar dwellers in the north and then the south. Sonoma's won 5 consecutive out-of-league matchups since then. Sebastiani started his swing, but held it up in time. The count's 2-2. Ben struck out swinging in the first and also struck out swinging in the 4th.
And it's been an up-and-down season for Sonoma, highlighted by a couple walk-offs, a complete game shutout by Devin Laginto, but the lows, a lot of injuries, a couple losses you wish you had back.
Sebastiani chases a high fastball, 90 miles an hour, blown by him. Just the third strikeout, and now the third inning for Smaglik.
First baseman, number
And there's
25,
action behind him. It's another righty.
Keys.
It's former Stomper, Zach Borman. Pitch to Keys. Misses. Close pitch. Below the knees of the 6'4" left-handed hitter on his way to San Joaquin Delta. One of the three that are making the move from Los Medanos College to San Joaquin Delta. That'll be Keys, Laginto, and Duncan. Duncan, an interesting position. He has to finish out his 2 years of junior college because he started as a D1 guy. Chico State, he committed out of high school and then dropped down, pitched at Los Medanos last year as Keys takes up and outside 3-0. He's a guy that's been getting a lot of D1 looks after his showcase game appearance. He retired the South in order in his inning down there. He's a guy that probably could move to a D1 level here, but obviously has to play out that second year of junior college, and it's probably the right move for Duncan as the 3-0 misses. High 4-pitch walk to Keys. 1 on, 1 out here in the 6th. Because Duncan, I know we've talked about it a little bit. Luke's been just pitching for 9 months, if that even can compute in one's head. He's been the best pitcher for the Stompers. He was a catcher only in high school. Then as a walk-on at Chico State, he was just doing anything he could to go on the field. Came out in the tryout and threw 93 miles an hour. He's bumped that up to 94, 95. After San Joaquin Delta, he's going to become a pitcher only. That one's off the glove. Keys heads towards second. The throw, he's out by a mile. So Keys is the second out of the inning. Late break on a pitch that came in and out of the glove of Cantor. It hit off the umpire, John Pierce. I think Keys might have been expecting it to go to the screen. That's the story of Luke Duncan, who we'll see on the mound Saturday. That's hopefully when the Stompers are playing for the 1 seed. They'll clinch it tomorrow in front of the big home crowd. 1-0. Hegman takes a called strike 1-1. In for Kieran Baker, left the ball game holding his hamstring.
And with Luke Duncan, you spend this extra year in JUCO, maybe get that 95, 96 closer to, the triple digits on the radar could be a nice prospect.
Hegman hits a one-hopper to short, and Vassell bounces the throw beautifully. Nifty play out at second base by the shortstop, Tino Vassell, and the inning is over. But the Stompers grab the lead on an Anthony Shepler long ball. We head to the 7th. 4-3, Sonoma holds the lead. Tino Vassell, after making a very nice play out at shortstop to end the bottom of the 6th, starts the top of the 7th from the left side against Chris Albee First offer is in there for a called strike from Chris, 81 miles an hour. Sinker slider is the mix from the righty sidewinder. That's usually the mix from guys that drop down so close to that submarine motion. Shakes off the first one from Martinez and now is ready to come home. Outside corner, called strike. 0-2. Went to that pitch off the corner. That's where you've been living, to a left-handed hitter if you're a Sonoma arm. Or either arm for that matter. That one just misses low. Final on your out-of-town scoreboard, the Crawdads have climbed to just 1 game behind the Stompers for the CCL North lead. The Blues would draw into a tie as Albie strikes out Basil for the second time today. First K for Albie. If the Blues win, the Stompers and Slow will be tied for that top spot. Sonoma does have the tiebreaker, and that's looking at the third tiebreaker. The first one's win percentage. That's equal. Record equal. Head-to-head equal. Then after that, you go to runs allowed. And Sonoma, the best pitching staff in baseball, that's a tiebreaker made for them. Albie comes home, and it's a called strike one, Jimmy Radler.
Now batting, number 9, Charlie Malton.
Charlie Moulton's come into the game to hit. I'm not sure. Did he move to right field after coming out of the ball game? I didn't take note of that, but
It's
it's
a
a question for John Pierce.
non-CCL
Between innings.
game. Just re-enter him.
And he swings and hits it to his old friend Hahn, who sets his feet, throws in time to get him. That's a 3. All players involved in that play were Los Medanos. Hidian Hahn to Trent Keys, gets Charlie Moulton. They exchange a laugh, and there's 2 down. It's a fun moment. Couple fun moments here in the final non-league game of the summer.
Now batting, number 20.
Yeah, no rule's gonna break that up. That's just good old friendship. You hit a ground ball to your former teammate, he throws it out to your other former teammate.
This one's bounced towards second. Sebastiani ranges to the hole and throws him out at first. 4 easy outs for Chris Albie on just 10 pitches. Time to stretch here in Sonoma. The Stompers lead the Tigers 4-3. Quinn Meaden leads off the 7th, and he takes upstairs. It counts 1 ball and no strikes on Meaden, who flew out in the first, bounced out in the second, was hit by a pitch, stole a base, and scored a run in the 5th. The pitch to Quinn is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Hahn and Tapia to follow in the 7th inning. Stompers are counting outs, and I promise you they have been since this game started. Chris Albee has done a great job of getting 4 of those outs in just 10 pitches. Broken back ground ball, snared by the pitcher Smaglick, and he underhand tosses to first to get Quinn Meaden. Nice play.
I saw that one hit right back at him, started licking his lips, makes a nice fielding play, and tosses it over to first.
Shortstop number 1, Gideon Hahn.
That brings up Gideon Hahn 0 for 3. Grounded out up the middle twice, once to the shortstop Vassell, one to the second baseman Leffel. He also struck out looking, one of just 3 strikeouts for Smaglick. Now his double barrel action behind him in the bullpen. The pitch is up and away. Stompers have 3 more games left here at Arnold Field. Tomorrow it's a special night here in Sonoma. Amy G returns and she hosts Women in Sports Night as Hahn fouls it back. Alex Oglesby, coach for Team USA Baseball, will join her for a live podcast recording before the game. And then we'll celebrate Women in Sports Night all evening long. That's against the San Francisco Seagulls. It's also win and in day for the Stompers as Hahn fouls this one back to the screen. 1 and 2. So a whole lot going down tomorrow. Won't want to miss it. The grandstand's almost fully sold out. I try and grab your tickets as soon as possible to that Friday night affair.
Yeah, that one, what the Stompers hope is the last win and in night at Sonoma.
Pitch to Hahn is outside 2 and 2. Gabriel Tapia on deck, another lefty. Hahn cranks this one out to right, chasing over his Woodworth. Still back, looks up, and it's gone! Gideon Hahn leaves the yard, his final day in Sonoma. Stompers on top 5-4. And they come pouring out of the dugout on the first base side. The Stomper faithful loving it for a man that's delivered oh so many memories over the past 2 months. That ball just never stopped carrying. Texas Tech got a good one.
Ball crushed to right, no doubter off the bat there. What a great way to end your Sonoma summer.
And you just pull him now. Tapia sends a ball deep down the right field line. And it's going to be run down by Woodworth. Crossing into foul ground, made a leaping catch at the wall. Tapia almost went back to back and said it's a demolished out number 2. That ball had some carry as well. It turned into Woodworth. Went in just a true leap with his back up against the wall in foul ground. Gideon Hahn demolished that baseball. Sepulveda takes high 1-0. A great day for Este. 2 walks and a double. Right on right, Smaglick against Sepulveda. A pitch is popped up, foul out of play, 1-1. Jaden Mason up and throwing in the bullpen for the Stompers. And now you could go to Mason for 2 innings and save Albee, a guy who's been solid all season long. Save him for what could be big innings down the stretch this weekend. 1-1 pitch to Sepulveda's popped foul again. Guzman's going to give it a look, but watch it drop out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch to Sepulveda struck him out swinging. But Gideon Hahn delivers one more unforgettable moment in his Stomper tenure. He doubles the Stomper cushion. They lead it 5-3 as we head to the 8th. Chase Christensen leads off the 8th inning. Stomper pitching has now thrown up a whole bunch of zeros after giving up runs in the first couple innings, and the offense has rewarded them with a 5-3 lead. And the new arm is Jaden Mason, 6'2", 185-pound righty from Benicio, through at University of Nevada, Reno last season. Has 6 appearances in league action, and he pours in a strike. Fastball sits around 86, 87, but gets all the way up to 90 miles an hour at times. The 0-1 misses low. Post pitch from Mason. 6 walks in 7 innings, 12 Ks, a guy that can induce a swing and miss. The Stompers just want him to fill up the zone and get outs any way he can. The pitch is outside and low, 3-1 now. Christensen, Leffel, and Cantor. A pitch is high ball 4, and goodness, Jace Christensen flipped his bat all the way towards the visitor's dugout. He had some airtime on it.
Yeah, I've seen that all night from the Tigers. You mentioned we've heard some kind of chippy things stemming from some games between the Tigers and opponents. I can nearly see why.
Especially in games as lopsided as the ones they've been playing. This one's tight, 5-3 Stompers. The pitch is low. Left low for 3, a couple of strikeouts so far.
No chucking the barrel for him tonight.
Jace Christensen probably running. He's been thrown out once and he's stolen a base. A bunt is unsuccessful from Leffel. The count's 1-1. Mason checks second and comes home. That one's hit right back up the middle. Hahn, it's going to kick off of his glove. That one could have been a double play. Instead, first to third goes Christensen, and Hahn fell over awkwardly trying to pick up that ball in center field. Hahn was dreaming of the double play. You could see his mind turning to take this ball to the bag and make the throw. Instead of kicked off the heel of his glove.
And that ball hit hard up the middle. A tough play, but you got to make sure of one. Stompers didn't do that. Now 2 on, no outs for the 3-hole.
Now batting, catcher number 44, Noah Cantor.
That brings up Noah Cantor. Catcher entered play 428 on the batting average. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, and he bounces it foul third base side. Stompers looking just for that same double play ball. That one was almost perfect. On after that home run could have been on the nice end of a turn. Instead, E6, first and third for the Tigers with nobody out. Mason delivers. Cantor takes a called strike 2. Christensen walked. He got to third on a ground ball off the heel of Hahn's glove. 0-2 pitch to Cantor. This one's grounded. Hahn will have another chance on the backhand. He throws to second. The relay to first. Cantor not running, and he's out. Something has to be wrong with Noah Cantor. He hasn't run out of the box any of these times. It has to be some sort of injury. And he's out on the 6-4-3 double play, no RBI, although Christensen comes in to score. This reminds me sort of the time, if you remember spring training a couple years ago, Miguel Vargas of the Dodgers was too injured to swing a bat, but they wanted him to face live game pitching. So he'd go out in spring training and just stand in the box and try and time it up. That sort of seems what Cantor is doing now. He's getting his swings in, he's just not running.
I mean, he ran in the first inning. He walked and then moved up to second after a bad pick move from Atkinson and came around to score on a single. I don't really know what changed.
2-0 pitch is bounced foul back to the screen, 2-1 to the designated hitter, Connor Smith. So that's the double play. It wasn't tailor-made by any means, and most runners not even hustling, just running up the first baseline. It would have turned into a double play. Instead, Cantor's out by about half the baseline. He hasn't even made it to first base on his past 3 ground balls. 1-2 inside. It seems like when John Pierce had called inside to the righties all night, that time no dice, and Mason has to battle from behind 3-1. 3-1 pitch. Popped up, first base side. Keys is going to give it a look and has a play, reaches up by the Stomper bullpen. 1 run on no hits and nobody left. Midway through the 8th inning, the Stompers lead the Tigers 5-4. Zach Borman comes out of the bullpen. He's a former Stomper. In 2024, he made 4 appearances for Sonoma, 3 earned runs over 4.1 innings. He goes to work against his former club, and he'll face Augie Martinez, Anthony Shepler, and Ben Sebastiani in the inning. Kieran Costa alongside Roman Raffelli here, taking you through the last couple of innings of out-of-league action for the Stompers this season. As we've mentioned a few times, the standings look like this. The Stompers have the top spot. If the Blues win, they'll draw level with Sonoma. Stompers have the tiebreaker. Walnut Creek 1 game behind them, and Alameda could become 2 games back or could drop to 3 games back. They're still in a battle with San Francisco. Here in Sonoma, 5-4, the Stompers have the lead. The pitch to Martinez is in there, 1-1. Sonoma against the California Tigers to round out the out-of-CCL slate. That one's low, and the count's now 2-1 to Martinez. Martinez, a left-handed hitter, has served as the bullpen catcher for the Stompers all season long. He's now getting a start. He's 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch. He lines this one foul back to the screen. We've seen Hahn hit a home run in what's going to be his final game in Sonoma. Anthony Shepler, as his time closes out. I mean, with the amount of lefties that have been added, you wonder how many pinch hit appearances he gets in these 3 crucial league games with Max Handren holding it down at third base. It would be lovely to see Martinez get something. He swings and misses. He's gone a swinging. And Zach Borman starts his night with a strikeout. Smaglik, 3 innings. He gave up 2 runs, both of them on solo home runs. And those were the only hits that he allowed. Other than Esteban Sepulveda, a double in the 5th. So 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. He walked a batter, he hit a batter, and he struck out 4. And Roman, you can place your bets now. The Stompers have 3 league games left. They have been hit 99 times. Who do you think gets that 100th? As Shepler hits a bullet into the glove of the first baseman, Guzman. Very nice play. Took a hit away. It would have been a 3-hit day for Shepler. Instead, it turns into a web gem for Guzman. 1 out. And so let's go back. Anyone in the chat as well, drop your guesses. Who's going to get the century mark 100th hit batsman?
It's tough for me. Trent Keys leads the ball club. I think it's really anybody's contest. I mean,
but again, you have to gamble someone that you know is going to be in the lineup tomorrow, right? No way San Francisco goes 18 consecutive innings without hitting a batter. Yeah. I thought the Stompers were going to get it on the road yesterday.
I don't know who my guess is right now. I'll check back in a minute or so.
1-0. Sebastiani takes inside 2-0.
I mean, all the guys that, helped get the Stompers as high up in the number as they are have departed, other than Trent Keys. Brady Shannon was hit a bunch. He's gone. Colton Boardman was hit quite a few times. Mentioned on a lot of appearances down the stretch for Shepler, more than likely. He's got a handful.
Sebastiani, a big hack, trying to replicate his home run from the 4th of July. He comes up empty. That counts 2 balls and 1 strike. And by pitch, Magnan Trent Keys is on deck. The pitch. High, 3-1.
I think I'm going to take Xander Silkin.
It's not a bad one.
New guy.
This guy's a ball player. Yeah. He's not getting out of the way of anything coming his way.
No one on the Stompers really crowds the plate. It's not like, Zach Pace is having him hug the line trying to get hit by pitches, but Silkin, a close stance. Who knows?
3-1 pitch. Sebastiani hits a soft line drive to the second baseman. It's knocked down, and he's going to reach. That's going to be an error charged against Leffel. It was a soft line drive. He should have played it on a hop and thrown him out. Instead, he tried to make a diving play coming towards home plate, and instead he trapped it, and Sebastiani reaches first. The inning continues for Keys.
Yeah, and I can see a world where that's ruled a hit. The problem is that it's an obvious error because he could have just taken a step back and fielded it and tossed it over off the hop, but he tried to go for the Superman dive. Props to him. Bit of a showman out there, but doesn't make the catch.
Keys swings first pitch. Cantor running well back to the screen, and he watches it drop over the backstop and kick up into the crowd. So maybe Cantor's knees are okay. I mean, he hasn't run out 3 consecutive ground balls, but quickly out of the crouch. He's hit a step goal for the day already.
Could be good news for Ben Sebastiani on first on a passed ball.
That one's low. Sebastiani stays close, yeah. Maybe one you don't think about, Nick Sebastiani has been battling the knee injury for what's now been 2 weeks. He ran into the wall on July 3rd, hurting that knee, but he seems to be back rehabbing well. There's whispers around the ballclub he could be back in the lineup as early as tomorrow. That's probably in a DH role. The pitch to Keys is low, inside 2-1, and if he can hit the way he was going into that injury, I mean, he had a hit in 4 of 5 games, and coming off a 3-hit performance, that was the first of many blows to the Sonoma offense.
And, I mean, that's a great comment there, a great call. I was actually thinking about it, looking at the thing. We heard the whispers he might be coming back, but I would sure hope not. You'd hate to, get re-injured from a really dumb hit by pitch after being out a couple weeks.
Yeah, that one's low, I think. Nick Sebastiani needs to keep the baseball on his bat. Now, I don't think the Stompers want to get hit at all. I think they'd be more than happy staying at 99 and keeping everybody healthy down the home stretch. Keys takes low 3-1 now.
Surely someone in the lineup wants to take one for the century mark. I mean, get to go to your college season and say, hey, guess what, guys? I played summer ball out in Sonoma. We got hit 100 times by pitching.
3-1 pitch. The throw down to second doesn't matter because Trent Keys walks. So now this inning's gotten much longer after the error. I think the story they want to go tell their college teammates is we swept the last 3 over the weekend, won the CCL North title, and went down to play in the South to try and win the California Collegiate League. But I guess 100 hit by pitches is fun as well.
Number 19, Cam Hegeman.
2 on, 2 out, Cam Hegeman, who came on to relieve the injured Kieran Baker. Digs in. Stompers get out a little insurance. No extra innings. The pitch. Hegeman winds it foul towards Quinn Meaden in the on-deck circle. That's a scary one. We saw a Stomper get hit by a line drive yesterday. That was Xander Silken after Paul Lazul hit a line drive off of him in the on-deck circle yesterday in San Francisco. Two on, 2 out. Stompers lead at 5-4 in the 8th. The pitch to Hegeman in there for a called strike. Borman looking to toss up a 0. It would be the first since the 4th inning. Lone runs in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. That was courtesy of a Sepulveda double and then solo shots from Shepler and Hahn. Pitch to Hegeman. Outside. Close pitch. Counts 1-2. If anyone gets on, Meaden will have a 5th crack at things. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, 8th inning. Third baseman Nava hugs the line at third, and Hegeman fouls it in and out of the glove of Cantor. That could have gotten him out of the inning. Hegeman is the everyday center fielder for Zach Pace in the league outings. Had the day slated to be an off day, but with the Baker injury, had to come in and play. That one misses outside 2-2. And the deuces will be wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Stompers had the lead 5-4 in the 8th. Boardman looking in to get the sign from Cantor. Right on right against Cam Hegeman. The offer struck him out swinging high fastball. So the Stompers reach on an error, reach on a walk, threaten but do not score. 3 outs away from closing out the out-of-league slate strong. We're back for the 9th. Stompers on top 5-4. Christian Klosterman, right-handed pitcher out of the College of San Mateo, in the portal, and it's been an impressive summer for Klosterman. Now his 3rd consecutive year in the California Collegiate League. Struggled mightily with Sonoma in the summer of 2023. Worked some stuff out in the Legends organization last year. He's now making what would be his 9th appearance. 1 out of league, 7 in league, and he misses inside ball 1. Alan Guzman, a left-handed hitter, followed by Alec Nava. The pitch to Guzman is a called strike. It's actually Brendan Murphy hitting for Nava, and then Tino Vassell. 1-1 misses just inside, 2-1. Klosterman looking for the save and hoping he can shut the door on the out-of-league slate. The pitch is bounced foul, almost got a piece of Murphy. Stompers and the Seagulls will do it tomorrow. First pitch at 6:05. That's also a pregame panel at 5 o'clock if you want to watch Amy G. 5 to 5:20 is your time to come to the ballpark. Gates will open early. This one sent foul. Another half swing. Klosterman continues to induce ugly hacks here against Alan Corte Guzman leading off the frame. This one's popped up. Gideon Hahn has the best look at it, and he squeezes it. One away. That brings up Brendan Murphy for his 2nd try. He grounded out. That was against Albee. Patrick Atkinson, 5 2/3 innings to Chris Albee, to Jaden Mason, now to Christian Klosterman. Working against another left-handed hitter. The pitch, high, 1-0. This one could wrap up in under 2.5 hours, still under the pink skies. A beautiful sunset here in wine country, one of the last few we can enjoy here from the Sonoma Index Tribune press box, Roman. And this is maybe the best one we've seen yet. That one's popped up, foul 1 and 2. I know you can't see it on the broadcast, but I mean, pink fluffy clouds sort of descending behind the mountains out in center field. 1-2. Just misses outside 2-2. Two offer, misses high 3-2. Alameda's gotten a run back 5-4 in the East Bay, and a 3-2 pitch hits Murphy, and he flips his bat towards the heavens and heads to first base. Left-hander Tino Vazel's chance, and every time there's a hit by pitch or walk,
Must just be a Tiger thing.
Go-ahead home run bat flip from California hitter. Klosterman looking for a 2-ball and looking to end this night. Left-handed hitter Vazel takes low 1-0. Tino walked in the second. He struck out in the fourth, struck out again in the seventh. Charlie Moulton on deck. The pitch in there for a called strike, 1-1. One pitch. Inside corner. 1-2. Sunset's walk screen material right now. One-two pitch. Klosterman misses low. Blocked by Martinez. And starting was Murphy, but he heads back to first base.
Yeah, it's a nice block by Augie behind the plate. Maybe would have liked to seen him try it down the line, get a big back pick, but not worth the risk, really.
That one's popped foul back to the screen. This one doesn't stick in the netting. It comes back down. Esteban Sepulveda's baseball is still there. Are you climbing up there tomorrow, or someone's got to do
I
it?
was about to say, the interns after the game can just have a little competitive outing so you can get it down. Throw another ball up there.
2-2, low outside, 3-2. The problem is it's not a chain link fence to climb up there. It's the mesh netting. That one's tough to climb. I'm no Tarzan. I mean, you think you have the accuracy to hit that baseball from, you have to hit it from below, really. Payoff pitch, outside ball four. Tying runs at second base, by the way, here in this ninth inning. And Charlie Moulton has a chance to deliver a dagger against his former club.
And I mean, ultimately, all you really have to do is shake the cage a little bit. I bet you get a ball close to it, it'll shake itself out.
I think I could just climb up there, though.
Yeah. And you've got the, tarps on our side of the fence to fall on if need be.
Check swing from Moulton. It's in and around the feet of the catcher, Augie Martinez, and the umpire, John Pierce. It's ball one, and Christian Klosterman needs to find the zone in a hurry. Out of town scoreboard, tie game in Alameda, 5-5, San Francisco and the Mercs. That one misses inside, and the count's 2-0 to Moulton.
And the Seagulls didn't have a great season, but they're having a fantastic time playing spoilers. Beat the Stomps last night, threatening the Merchants down south.
No spoiler tomorrow, I would hope. 2-0 pitch to Moulton right there for a called strike. Ground ball gets the Stompers out of the ball game. A line drive would threaten a 10th inning. 2-1. Inside and high, 3-1. And you really can't let that tying run get to third base. Then Buggy Martinez's job gets very difficult. Have to come in the zone, 3-1 against Charlie Moulton. The pitch is low. Ball 4, bases loaded. And Josh Woodworth's up in a crucial spot. Two for 5 on the season after grounding out in his last trip. Woodworth, Ventura High School, a young kid up in a very big spot. Chase Christensen in the top of the order on deck, and Mike Nunez in the entire infield trying to settle down Christian Klosterman out on the bump.
And for Woodworth here, a hit and it scores 2 RBIs would double his season total and put the Tigers up in the 9th. Be a great way to, add to the stats and just put a crooked number up in the 9th.
A double play ends the ball game. The Stompers are going to play the infield back for that double play. But if Anthony Shepler gets a ground ball at third and on the grass, he's coming home with it. And any hard hit balls, you're probably coming home with it as well. That's an interesting decision, though, if it comes to you. Do you try and turn a game-ending double play or keep your ball club in the lead? The pitch to the lefty Woodworth, low inside, 1-0. All that for naught if Klosterman walks him in. Murphy from third. Vassell from second. Moulton from first. Hit by pitch, walk. Klosterman slings it in there. Check swing. Yes, he did, says John Pierce. Much needed first strike. You have Chase Christensen, who's been on base 3 times in the on-deck circle. 1-1 home. Popped up, foul out of play. Strikeout would be just what the doctor ordered. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases full of Tigers with 1 out in the 9th. Stompers clinging to a 5-4 advantage. Klosterman stares into Martinez for the sign. They agree. CK pitches. That one's a high chopper to first. Keys steps on the bag, throws home late. And this ball game is tied. 3 unassisted, the putout. Woodworth gets the game-tying ribby. Tino Vassell to third. And Charlie Moulton to second. Nothing else Keys could do on a high chopper. Did the right thing. Charge stepping on first and then coming home with it to try and turn what would have been a nice little 3-2 force tag play, double play. Now you need to try and keep this ball game tied. That's the big moment in this ball game. Second and third. That one's low. It kicks by Martinez. Here comes the run, and it's 6-5 California. A 9th inning rally off Christian Klosterman without the aid of a hit has sparked 2 runs in the lead for the visitors. A pitch, low, 2-0. Nightmare 9th here for Christian Klosterman, who got the first player Guzman to pop up, since then hit by pitch, walk, fielder's choice, pass ball. That's netted 2 runs for the Tigers, and this one misses inside 3-0. 3-0 pitch. In there for a called strike. Three balls and 1 strike on Chase Christensen. The offer from Klosterman, cut on and miss. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 9th inning. Klosterman to Christensen, struck him out swinging. But the Tigers take the lead with 2 runs on no hits and 1 runner left on base. The Stompers looking for what would be their second out-of-league walk-off. They trail it by 1 heading to the last of the 9th. Zach Vassell comes out of a bullpen trying to lock down his 5th save of the season. Los Madonna's product, he'll get a chance at Gideon Hahn. First, he has to get through Quinn Meaden, who takes a called strike 1, 86 over the inner third. Quinn 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch in the 5th inning. He stole second and wound up scoring on a Sepulveda double. The pitch is a high chopper to third. Going to be a tough play. Charging and throwing, not in time. Murphy couldn't get it over in time. And Meaden, a very fast runner, represents the tying run for Gideon Hahn. Set up for what would be his 2nd walk-off for Sonoma. He walked off the Alameda Anchors on a Sunday afternoon back in early June.
Yeah,
he already has a homer today.
Big spot here against a former teammate.
Hahn squares to bunt, pulls it back 1-0. Vassell, that was his 16th hit allowed. He's gone just 14.2 innings. A guy that's willing to get hit around a little bit. In at third base is Murphy, protecting against the bunt. Hahn squares again, way outside. And almost a check back on Meaden, but no. Tapia meeting with Paul Madarena, the hitting coach, in the on-deck circle.
I almost wonder if Gideon Hahn can pull one down the first base line, take it with him. That's almost a guaranteed infield hit.
He pops it up, foul. I mean, with Murphy bearing down on him from third base, you don't want to see a situation where that bunt is caught out of the air. That's when things could really get ugly for Sonoma. Hahn still squaring on a 2-1 pitch, telling everybody at this field that He's trying to weigh one down. Meaden runs the pitch outside. The throw to second is in and out of the glove of Vaselva shortstop. Couldn't help out his brother. Second stolen base for Quinn Meaden, but tying runs in scoring position with just nobody out, and now a 3-1 count on Hahn.
And that's what feels like about the 5th game for Meaden, and if his out-of-league stolen bases added to his league game stolen bases, he'd have 4.
Hahn scoring a bunt on a 3-1. He gets it down. It's a beauty back to the pitcher. Vassell has to field his position and does. So bunt for Hahn. To third base goes Meaden. The tying run is 90 feet away for Gabriel Tapia. The infield comes in for the California Tigers. Beautiful bunt from Hahn right back to the pitcher. Puts pressure on Vassell to field his position. And now Tapia is up, and he's up in the count. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Tying run Meaden stands at third. Winning run Tapia in the box from the left side. The entire California Tiger infield drawn in. The pitch to Tapia way outside, 2-0. First base open. If he gets on, you think he's running. Especially infield in, that's a very tough play to execute. But Tapia wants to pick up a knock. Ahead in the count, 2-0. Vassell delivers. Tapia takes a called strike outside edge, 88 miles an hour from the righty out of Los Medanos. Lots of hitting room in right center field. Tapia, left-handed hitter. Vassell slings it in from the left side. That's grounded to shortstop. Vassell fields and throws. And Meaden has to hold. That's why you draw the infield in. That out executed perfectly. And it's Esteban Sepulveda who'll have his crack at tying the ball game.
And that's tough for Gabriel Tapia because that ball was not hit softly, just right at Vassell on the grass. A nice play from him, but that's really a ball that you'd think should find a gap.
Tying run at third, 2 outs in the 9th. Vassell delivers a called strike 1 to Sepulveda. Oh, 1 pitch coming. Vassell to Sepulveda. That's to the backstop. Here comes Quinn Meaden. There will be a play. He throws it away. The ball game is tied. Noah Cantor threw that one towards second base, way over the head of the charging Zach Vassell. Stompers special ties it in the 9th.
And ball shot off the backstop there. They had the play, just an inaccurate throw from Cantor. And a big spot for, you know, the new guy on the team. Not a CCL game doesn't mean as much as a CCL contest, but you just love to see the buy-in.
And now we're heading towards Zach Pace's nightmare, having to get more than 27 outs. Sepulveda laces this one down the left field line. This one would have tied it anyway. He rounds first, he heads towards second, and he cruises in there with a stand-up double. The winning run out in scoring position for who else but Augie Martinez.
What a spot to be in here. You get your one chance to play for the Stompers this season. A ball in the gap would just be a dream come true for Augie Martinez and Zach Pace, really.
Catcher number 50, Augie Martinez.
Martinez, a high school catcher out of Campo Lindo, entering his senior season. Was the bullpen catcher for Sonoma all year. He gets the start here in the final out-of-league contest. The pitch to Martinez way outside, 1-0. The story writes itself here in the 9th. Sepulveda at second base. Martinez ahead in the count. Right on left, Vassell to Martinez, the pitch, outside 2-0. Anthony Shepler, another local kid in the on-deck circle. He's was a diving stop from the first baseman away from a 3-hit day. He already has a homer. Martinez, driver's seat, 2 balls and no strikes, and Vassell's going to step back behind the mound. Two balls and no strikes. Vassell stares into Cantor. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Martinez checks his swing. The appeal, no swing. It's 3-0. Martinez has learned a whole bunch in that bullpen. Stomper way would be to keep the line moving in the 9th. You gotta give him the green light. He's just a kid. 3 balls, no strikes. Runner at second, 2 outs in the 9th. Martinez takes way outside, ball 4. And it's Anthony Shepler's turn to try and be the hero.
I don't know if Vassell just can't find the zone or if that was a really weird pitch around. I don't know why you would there, but I mean, no pitch is even really competitive there. Now you face the guy who's got the long bomb.
So no one's up in either bullpen. Are these teams committing to calling it a tie? The Tigers have a tie on the season.
If you're going to call it a tie, just throw Augie a meatball to the middle, let him have a walk-off.
Shepler, left-handed hitter against Vassell. Here it is. Inside corner, called strike, reached back for 89 miles an hour. Ben Sebastiani on deck. Oh and 1 on the way to Shepler. Runners lead from first and second. Sepulveda the winning run. That one's way outside. Tried the slider. Had the movement, but nowhere close. 1 and 1. Ben Sebastiani has 18 walks in CCL play. You don't want to face him with the bases loaded. Shepler wants to win it here. 1-1 on the way from Vassell. Shepler lines it foul back to the screen. 1 and 2. First and second, 1-2 pitch on the way to Shepler. 2 outs in the 9th. Whoa, outside. The Merchants have taken a 6-5 lead, so if results hold, it's as expected. Everybody gains a half on the Stompers in the standings. Shepler, left-handed hitter with power. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch misses. Outside and low, 3 and 2. Zach Vassell was halfway back to the dugout.
The few Tiger fans in attendance not happy. I mean,
it was the right call.
Man says it's off. I don't think you can ring a guy up to end a ball game on a pitch like that either.
Runners going. Anything to the outfield would win it for Sonoma. 3-2 to Shepler. Struck him out swinging on a high fastball. Tigers are fired up, and it looks like we'll play a 10th inning. You can catch the action on the other side. Christensen, the Manfred runner, on second base. He starts there because he was the last out of the ninth. Christian Klosterman's going to finish this ball game no matter how many innings it goes. Or Connor Pulowski is going to come out of the bullpen and throw some innings. Those are really the two options. Squaring to bunt is Leffel, and he takes a ball. The count's 1-0. Klosterman, you have to find the zone. 2 walks and a hit by pitch in the 9th inning. You just have to put the ball in the zone and trust your defense. 1-0 pitch. Leffel squares the bunt, pulls it back 2-0.
And, I mean, extra innings, we talked about it, is the nightmare for the Stompers. This game doesn't mean anything. You want to keep the pitching, but it is a nice opportunity to test your extra inning defense in situational, playing here if it comes up in the CCL playoffs or even in this weekend when you really want to be sharp.
Leffel takes outside 3-0 with first base open. Maybe you set up the double play. Mike Nunez is going to walk down to the bullpen. The only arm I want to see come out of there is Connor Pulowski. 3-0 pitch now coming to Leffel. That one's bunted. Martinez sets his feet and throws him out at first base. So even bunting on 3-0, he gets it down and moves the runner to third base. Successful bunt for Nate Leffel. On the out-of-town scoreboard, the Slow Blues and the Sonoma Stompers are dead even at the top of the California Collegiate League North. How about that for drama heading into the final weekend? So Alameda, the only team we're waiting on. It does seem like we have a standings update for you here at the end of the night. Cantor, right-handed hitter, swings and misses, 0-1. As it stands right now, Sonoma and Slow are even. The Stompers still ahead of Slow because of the tiebreaker. Walnut Creek is 1 behind. Cantor grounds it to second. Sebastiani looks the runner back and throws to first base. Cantor is out. 2 away, and that's a crucial second out. The infield can draw back, and the dream scenarios, the Stompers have the winning run at second base. And it's a powerful right-handed hitter, Connor Smith. 5 home runs this season.
And what would have been a real dream scenario there for the Stompers if they can work a double play and force the guy who doesn't run the bases, Noah Cantor, to be the Manfred runner next inning, if it gets there.
There should be no next inning in the thoughts of Stomper fans. A pitch to Smith is bounced foul again. No balls and 2 strikes. Christian Klosterman is going to work himself a nice little 10th inning if he can get an out here. It's not an easy thing to do, leaving that runner aboard. The Stompers will send Anthony Shepler to second base with Ben Sebastiani, Trent Keys, and Cam Hegeman due. 0-2 pitch. Smith takes low outside, 1-2. Nothing can get past Martinez. Both teams scored a run in that 9th inning thanks to a pass ball with a runner at third base. Klosterman to Smith. Runner at third, 2 outs in the 10th. Connor takes low. Nice job by Martinez to keep it in front. The pitch, Smith fouls it back to the screen. Wow, seeing the Stompers and the Blues both at that level, 22-15 in league action. That just sets up for drama this weekend. Drama here on a Thursday night. 2-2 pitch to Smith from 0-2 to 3-2 on the cleanup man, Connor Smith.
And the only way it could get more dramatic is if the Blues were coming up to Sonoma. Can you imagine that series?
I'm happy with the San Francisco Seagulls and Philippine national team, I think. 3-2 pitch. Connor Smith checks his swing, but it hit him in the hand. There won't be an appeal. I guess there's no one to appeal it to. First and third. second hitter that Klosterman has plunked, and now it's Alan Guzman's turn.
Now batting. First baseman, number 33, Alan Guzman.
That one misses just off the corner and low, 1-0. Martinez asked John Pierce where. Our TrackMan system says both below the knees and outside of the strike zone. This one's bounced foul up the first base line. 1-1. First and third, 2 outs, 10th inning. The runner from third's Christensen. The runner from first is Smith. The batter takes low, and Alan Guzman's ahead in the count, 2-1. Klosterman's command woes rearing their ugly head here in the 9th and the 10th. 2-1 pitch. That one's chopped weakly to third. Shepler charges, barehand throw. He got him. Anthony Shepler with a defensive web gem to keep us tied after 9.5. He represents the winning run. He'll be on second base when we return for the last of the 10th inning. Anthony Shepler, how do you do? Last of the 10th next on the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network. Ben Sebastiani trying to deliver what would be the walk-off hit. The California Tigers expect a bunt from the right-handed hitter, and he's squared up already. Here it comes, and it's put down beautifully. Back to the pitcher, Vassell. His only throws to first base, and it's in time. Perfect bunt by Ben Sebastiani. Everybody in that dugout better go pick up the Stompers' second baseman. The winning run's at third base, and Trent Keys is in the box.
And Stompers got 2 opportunities to get the run home and to win this ball game. And it's 2 guys who are frequently in the lineup in CCL games. And I mean, you can't ask for, more from Trent Keys. Always a quality at bat.
The first one outside, 1-0.
And if you're Zach Vassell here, if you get behind Trent Keys, you might as well just walk, and there's no sense in putting him in the driver's seat.
Infield in. Shepler at third base, the winning run. The 1-0, low outside, 2-0. And Noah Cantor has the toughest job on the diamond right now. And I think Wes Porter is asking, where is the batter's box? I don't know if that should be his biggest worry right now. The winning run's at third base with less than 2 outs. Keys, driver's seat, 2 balls and no strikes. Vassell delivers. Keys loses his bat. It goes flying into the netting. Swings and misses, 2-1.
scary sight there. We've seen a couple of those down the third base line here at Arnold where there isn't that fully extended webbing. Fortunately for Trent Keys, that did catch the webbing there. And going back, I don't know what Porter really, surely he doesn't want to go repaint the lines or anything.
I don't know.
We're in the 10th inning. They're going to be run down.
Dug it out with his foot, did John Pierce. Winning run at third base, that's Anthony Shepler. Anything could get him home. Infield drawn in. No, he can get past Noah Cantor either. 2-1 pitch to Keys. That one's bounced towards second. There'll be a play at the plate. They'll throw home from left. It kicks away. Take a bow, Trent Keys, the walk-off hero here on a Thursday night in Sonoma. Keys is still running out to left center field. The Stompers get it done, as nervy as it may be. Trent Keys, the hero. 6-5 final.
Great job there from Trent Keys. Puts the ball in play to the right side. It makes it a lot tougher than from the left. Forces Leffel to beat Shepler home. He can't do it, and a great hustle there from Shepler. No hesitation. Saw the ball, said, I'm going to get it. He did just that.
Well, now this is fun. Enjoy it, and don't enjoy it much more than the next 45 seconds, because everybody just gained ground on you in the CCL North standings. Stompers and the Blues are tied atop the CCL North. 1 game behind them find the Walnut Creek Crawdads. 2 behind them find the Alameda Merchants with 3 games to play. The Stompers play winning in baseball tomorrow here at Arnold Field at 6:05 against San Francisco. You lost to them 48 hours ago, Roman. What do they have to do?
You got to go out and be confident, play with the same confidence you played with today, same confidence you play with against what feels like every other team in the CCL North that isn't the Seagulls. They've dropped 3 games to them, 2 of which at Arnold Field. Go out there, quality at-bats, team baseball, good pitching, good defense. That's going to win you this game. The Seagulls ultimately are in the bottom of the North for a reason. They've had an up-and-down season. You can't let them get another one from you playing spoiler.
Klosterman the winner, Vassell the loser. That's a tough way to end it. Effel had a play at the plate. Throw a kick past Canner. So the Stompers finish off the out-of-league slate 6-2, but now have to play ones that matter down the stretch. And that's going to wrap up our coverage here on a Thursday night. Sonoma wins an out-of-league game. They're 6-2 out of CCL action. The Tigers fall to 10-5-1. The Stompers and the Seagulls win and in. It doesn't get much better than that on a Friday at Arnold Field tomorrow. Women in Sports Night, come out early to see Amy G and Alec Ogleby on the pregame panel. If you can't make it out at all, our pregame show starts at 5:50. First pitch at 6:05 against San Francisco. The playoff hunt heats up when we're back on the airwaves tomorrow. Tie atop first place in the North, but the Stompers get the out-of-league victory, 7-6 final over the California Tigers. For everyone that helped makes this broadcast run, our sideline reporter, Caden Sanders, my broadcast partner, Roman Raffelli. I'm Kieran Costa signing off. We'll see you tomorrow back here in Sonoma.